Hi, Scott Moore here from www.mynewlifestartsnow.com. Today's lesson is visualization. Before we go into visualization, I want to teach you what your reticular activator is. Your reticular activator is a portion of your brain, so a little segment that turns on when you see or recognize things that are in your subconscious mind. For example, you bought the new shiny red car. You drove the shiny new red car for 3-4 days. You were the only one that had a shiny little red car. 3-4 days later, now at every stop sign, you see everybody with a shiny new little red car. That's our reticular activator that now notices them because you own them and because you've taken ownership of that vehicle, and that is why your mind is picking it up. And so we talk about visualization. Our reticular activator picks up on that as well. So what I did is on my board here, I wrote for you a reticular activator vision board, because we want you to start creating a vision, a dream. We want you to be able to focus on goals and achieve them. So the number one thing is to start your board with, let's just take a monetary goal at first. And let's just say you want $100,000 in cash. So we would just write on our vision board, now you want $100,000 in cash, but where do you want your $100,000? Do you want it in your savings account? Do you want to be just a total net worth? In other words, do you owe $60,000 on a $100,000 house? And that gives you $100,000 of total gross, but not net. So where do you want the money? So I want to say $100,000. I want $100,000 in your, let's just say in your savings account. That's a great place to have it. So in your savings. Now, when do you want it in there? You want it in your savings account by December 2011. You have now just placed your first dream, your first goal on your vision board that you get to see every single day. You get to look at it every morning, every night before you go to bed. You can look at it. Let's say, for example, you want to live in a new home. And the new home is 123 Happy Lane. You already know the home. You've seen the home. You love the home, but you got to sell your house first. And so you have these doubts in your mind, and you're focusing on the things that you don't want instead of the things that you do want. For example, you will take and focus more on, oh my God, I got to sell my house. I can't sell my house. I can't sell my house. I want to buy this house. I can't sell my house. I can't sell my house. I can't. Guess what? You will never, ever sell your house. That thing will never sell. So the biggest thing that you need to do right now is look past the sale of your home and onto your new goal. My new goal is I will live in 123 Happy Lane. So instead of saying I want to sell my house, which is a negative goal, we want to turn it into a positive goal and say my new address, and I am thankful that I live at 123 Happy Lane. So write 123 Happy Lane. Wherever you're at, let's just say you're in New York, right? You're going to live at 123 Happy Lane, but when are you going to live in 123 Happy Lane? Again, you got to give it a date, you got to give it a time, you got to give it a destination. Your mind has to bend this universe and focus on it so that that day happens for you. So let's say that you want it by June 2010. 10. Just at the end of the year, there's no dollar figure at the end of that. But in 2010. So now you've said that you're going to have $100,000 in cash by December 2011. You're going to live at 123 Happy Lane by June of 2010. Continue on with this board. There's many, many other things. I use this board in my businesses. I focus and make targets of investors, of people that I want to be investors. I find out who they are, and I write them down on my board. And then I go after them, and then what I do is I dare to dream big at all times. So I go after those investors, and we usually hit about 80% as our closing ratio on them. There's also, with personal growth and personal development, you can say relationship. I would like to be married before I'm 27 years old. Okay? So I would put on my board, married by age 27. Who am I going to marry? Okay? That might be something you haven't even met the guy yet, but describe the guy. Here's what I want him to be. I want him to be handsome. I want him to financially be set. So what you do is you're going to put down these little subcategories underneath that marriage section, and that's going to do is we're going to use a reticular activator by looking at this every morning and every night. And our mind will start telling us what kind of guy we're looking for. Instead of us picking up every broken winged bird that comes along, if we're going to focus on a certain person, you need to describe him on your board. Does that make sense? So you're going to describe him on your board. We'll find the perfect person. It has to happen. But the biggest thing is this. The mind has to believe what it conceives. Then it can achieve. So, in the words of W. Clement Stone, what the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve with a positive mental attitude. I guarantee you, if you write these things down on a vision board, and you watch the vision board every morning, and you watch the vision board every night, your thoughts, your powers will make all your dreams come true. This is just a quick version of a vision board. If you want to be in more depth, if you want to learn more in depth about vision boards, come to my site, email me and let me know. I will personally call you and contact you. If you are looking for someone to come and train a visualization session for somebody, remember it's Scott at mynewlifestartsnow.com.